You know, I don't like backward hats. What's worse is a backward visor. That's a 2-win team. I'm taking away 4 wins.
So Colin Cowherd loves to talk about the backwards hat theory. And that is, if a head coach or a quarterback does a press conference, they must have their hat on forward, not backwards. Because it's a small detail that if the hat's on forward, you look more professional. And if it's on backwards, you look like you're at a barbecue. Let's talk about Brian Schottenheimer, because he's the latest in Colin Cowherd's attack on backward hats. Brian Schottenheimer came to the press conference with a backwards visor with the Cowboys logo and Bank of America logo right behind him. He looks sloppy. He does. I think J-Mac or Colin said this. He looks like the dad trying to be too cool with his son's friends. That's the truth. And if you think it doesn't matter, it does. Details matter. My high school coach used to tell me this all the time. Details win championships. Go back and watch the Hard Knocks with the Lions. Okay, Dan Campbell gives this great motivational speech. He says there's a bunch of shit on this pair of pants and we got to get all this shit out.
All this dirt, everything that's in our gene, this last bit of losing's got to get out of here. The that crushes us, that costs you a game, costs you a season, costs you the playoffs, costs you a championship game, costs you a Super Bowl.
Because one little detail missed can cost you a game. And that game can cost you the season. It can cost you the playoffs. It can cost you a championship. Then it can cost you your next contract. It can cost you your legacy. So it's really that little detail of the backwards visor is a snowball effect. So that's why the Cowboys are going to win 5 games or less. 5 games or less for sure. And it's because the head coach shows, Brian Schottenheimer shows with his backwards visor, he does not care about the details. He does not recognize and is aware of the details right there. So the Cowboys will lose. They will probably have a top 5 pick next year. That's okay. Maybe the Cowboys are softly tanking to go get Arch Manning. That's why they traded Micah Parsons for 2 first-rounders, to try and trade up if need be. It's not a bad idea. Now let's go over this. Let's say the Cowboys needed to win the last game of the season, and Dak throws it to CeeDee Lamb, jump ball. CeeDee Lamb has his toe on the line. That's a small detail, but that truly matters. CeeDee Lamb comes down with it, but his toe is on the line. Guess what? They lose the game. They don't make the playoffs. They don't try to go on a championship run. Dak and CeeDee Lamb miss the playoffs again. Jerry Jones and the fans are mad and enraged. That stuff matters. The small details matter. Let's go with perception is reality. Let's just say we all agree that the backwards hat for a head coach and a quarterback at the press conference shows that you're sloppy. I know a lot of people do not agree with that. But let's just say we all agree. So the media, next press conference, they're going to ask, hey, Brian Schottenheimer, why'd you wear your hat backwards, your visor backwards? Why do you look sloppy? What if Dak Prescott and CeeDee Lamb get asked, why is Brian Schottenheimer wearing a backwards visor? Why does he look sloppy? Is he really fit to be head coach? Those are seeds of doubt planted in their minds, okay? And that's distracting. It takes away from your focus on football, because in the NFL, the margins are razor thin, okay? From winning games, being a good team to a great team to being an elite team. These guys know it. So that's why it's important to have your hat on forwards. I completely agree with Colin Cowherd. I completely agree with his anonymous source, a GM, that said it does matter. It really does.